Alright guys, so hey, this is me here. I'm just gonna jump straight into this because it's it's just I feel as though it needs to be addressed, and I've addressed this before, but I'm gonna go more in depth with it this time. So please bear with me. I don't have a script, and I'm just I have my tablet here, so I'm gonna do the best that I can. Um, And if you're looking for a gameplay or something about something like that, then you might just want to back out now because this is basically addressing what's going on in present day. And so I just throwing that disclaimer out there now. So if you're one of those people who just you'll see once I start talking. But if you're one of those people who just have a negative, who who don't sympathize or who feel as though, well, no, this isn't justified, then please back out now. Because I'm gonna warn you, if I see any hateful comments about what I'm about to say from anybody, especially from those who feel as though, well, we don't have privilege and stuff like that, or that we as a people are in the wrong, you will be blocked and I will report you. So if you want to avoid that, then please leave because I'm not about to put up with that. So now on to the topic. Basically, it's gotten to the point now where I feel as though I we need we need change. It's just gotten to the point where we have to speak up. That wasn't me, by the way. That was my chair is kind of rocky. See, I can't show you, but if I move too much, it'll break. So, but we need to start speaking up for each other. We need to unite, and it's just gotten to that point because, and I'm going to start off with talking about the inequalities that Black people in general face, but then I'm also going to address the inequalities that LGBT people face too. Because my thing, I'm a person who believes in equality for everybody. And the reason I'm addressing the issues that Black people face first is because I feel as though right now that takes more precedence over that, because people are being killed on both sides. It's just that I want to address that first. So I feel as though that it's time for us as a people to just do something about all of the things that have been going on. There's no reason why there are people who are, these are kids out here that are being murdered by cops. And I'm gonna just throw this disclaimer out there. It's not all cops, but it's a lot of cops. And there's no reason why there's no reason why young African American men, should be murdered and left, just left out in the street pretty much, like, oh, they're just animals, just leave them there. Because if it was a white person, if it was an Asian person that they were going after, you wouldn't have even killed them. You just would have, may taser them. You just would have incapacitated them. But because they were Black, they went and they decided, no, we're just gonna kill them. And they're going to such extremes to defend this. It's just sad to me. But then I think about the fact that we have to trail back to how, when this was founded. See, what a lot of people fail to realize is that a lot of the ideals that people tell you that this nation was founded upon, well, I'm not going to start a whole debate on, which ones are true, which ones are false. I'm going to give you this much. It wasn't based on, when they said equality and fair treatment and things like that, they weren't talking about Blacks. They weren't talking about the Native Americans that were here. They were talking about for white men. They were talking about for white people in general. Even to this day, they still view Black people, male or female, as nothing more than animals. You have people, not all white people, but you have a lot that do still view us that way, and it's horrible to think that 300 something years later we're still being viewed as this. You still have people who are relishing in Black people being shot and killed, and it's really frustrating to me because, why is it that they feel as though they have a right to, just basically just kill these people? And, a lot of people, when people post, first of all, when people post Black Lives Matter, Don't be that person that sits up here and puts all lives matter. Yes, we all agree, all lives do matter. But in this scenario, everybody's not being targeted. Everybody hasn't been oppressed. White, people, everybody isn't being oppressed. Everybody hasn't been oppressed. Everybody isn't being targeted by, people who are in power that are still racist. Okay, you're not being targeted by that. So when we put Black Lives Matter, it's because we're trying to get a point across that yes, our Black lives do matter. Stop going around killing us. Stop treating us like animals. Because we're just like we're people. We're just as qualified, if not more, to do the things that you do. And that's what we're trying to get across. Okay, people that's posted, oh well, all lives matter, are sitting up here taking offense when people, when people decide to post, well, oh, why they're labeling all of all the cops, all the white people. First of all, they're not labeling every cop. They're not labeling every white person as racist or a jerk or a douchebag. Okay, they're not labeling everybody as that. And my thing is, if you're taking offense to this, then that probably applies to you. You probably have some quality that makes you so enraged when you see that you truly need to check yourself. Because any other white person, I'm friends with a few white people. They ain't getting offended by this. They're agreeing with us that yeah, this should stop. Because they know what the deal is. Just like they know that, a lot of white people want to sit here and deny, well, oh, we don't have white privilege. That's a myth. No, it's not a myth. It's an actual fact. You have privilege. Just because you're white, you have privilege. There's a lot more doors that are open to you that you don't have to work as hard to get to, that somebody who's black has to work towards. You don't have to scrounge around as much in order to pay for your way to college like a black person does. You don't have to worry about the cops following you around the malls to make sure you ain't stealing nothing. You don't have to worry about possibly just being pulled over for no reason just because they see you're black, and then that's when they want to try to find something to address, to give them a reason to take you in. You don't have to worry about that, but you don't experience white privilege, though. And when I say you, I'm talking only to those people who are doing this crap. I'm not talking to all white people, because almost every white person I've met, except for a few, they're all good people. They're intelligent, they're open-minded, and like I said, I don't have anything against them. But it's those select few people that are causing these problems. And a lot of people want to justify it by saying, well, black people are killing black people. How is this any different? Yeah, you're right. Black people are killing black people, and that's something that has come as a result from a lot of things. And unfortunately, as the years progress, we still have not overcome things. There are a lot of things we still have to overcome as a people. So yeah, there are black people killing black people, but don't ever think that gives you the right to go out and feel like, well, oh, I can just speed up the process, or I can just kill black people just because other people are doing it, because that doesn't give you the right. It's completely ridiculous that people feel like they have, they feel like they have the right. And I mean, from personal experience, I've been a personal victim of rape. I mean, of how cruel white people can be to blacks. I've literally, when I've been in Catholic school and stuff, when I used to go, the principals there, they would treat, if there's a white kid there, they're getting treated better than I am. They're getting treated better than all the other black kids are. They're getting treated better. They turn a blind eye to things that they do. But when you try to sit up here and tell, or when I try to sit up here and confront them about it and tell them that no, this person is doing these things, then it's a big issue. So you can't tell me our white privilege doesn't exist, because it does. Is there jobs, industries, even when you apply to colleges and stuff? There's no reason why there's no reason why a kid who has a 2.5, and has a decent record is sitting up here getting the most top scholarships over somebody over somebody else, or even a black person who has a 4.0 scholarship, 4.0 GPA, and has a shining record pretty much. There's no reason for that. I mean, it's unfortunate, and people are going to try to deny it and say, well, no, it doesn't exist. It does, and it's still very alive and well. And it's unfortunate that you have people that still will seek to deny this just because they can't face reality. They can't face facts. Say, yeah, this is an ongoing problem, and until you own up to it, that's what was I feel like what's making a lot of them angry though too. Is that we're not gonna let them forget. We're not gonna sit up here and just take whatever it is they dish out. We're not gonna continuously just be pushed around. You know, and that's what's pissing a lot of people off. It's pissing a lot of people off that we're speaking up about it. Because I'm gonna tell you, when you're silent about issues like this, all you're doing is giving your consent for it. That's basically all it is. If you don't speak up about an issue that you feel is a problem, then yeah, you're just as liable to have to be blamed just like the person that's causing it. Because you're giving consent when you don't speak up, and there's no reason for that. I just feel as though that I feel like what's going on now is bringing out people's true colors, but it'll also make people see just how screwed up some of the system pretty much is. It'll make people see just how much damage has been done since slavery times and how it's still alive and going on through, even in today's even in modern day times, which is sad. So I feel as though, I mean, it has to be addressed, and yeah, all lives do matter, but all lives aren't being snuffed out. All lives are being targeted. Black people are being targeted, and so if you don't like the fact that somebody posts that, yeah, Black lives do matter, we feel like this needs to stop, then that's just too bad, because nobody is gonna sit up here. Nobody has to take being harassed. Nobody has to take being abused. Nobody has to take any of that just because of the color of their skin. Nobody should have to feel ashamed or feel like it was it was a curse or it was a mistake. That they were born with a certain skin color. They were born black. Nobody should feel that way, and that's exactly what's been going on, and it has been going on for years, and it's still going on. Even with some of the systems, even with the system, the justice system and stuff like that, you can see just from the news that yeah, it's you could just look at statistics, look at the news. You can see that yes, it's not really built per se for just our protection, you know, and that's just what it is. So let me know in the comments what you guys think about this, because honestly, how I feel is that we need to do something about this. And while I'm on this topic, before I make the other video about equality LGBT, because believe me, I have a lot to say about that too, and so that'll be coming up next. I will throw this out there too. There are a lot of people out there who are rioting. There are a lot of people out there who are just doing arsons. There are people who are protesting. Do I think that that's the do I think that that's what needs? Do I feel as I guess what I'm trying to say is, what I'm trying to get at is, do I feel as though they have a right to do that? Yes, they do. Because those people are tired of it. Those people are tired of looking on TV, seeing black kids and stuff, people getting oppressed and killed and all of that stuff. They're tired of seeing whites treat blacks unequally and stuff. They're tired of seeing all that crap. They have every right to be upset. Now, do I think there are alternatives to the rioting or arson? Yes, I do. But do I blame them for it? No. Because if you even look at the past, white people had a lot of things that America was built upon. We took from other people. We went over and have taken Europeans have gone over and have taken land, have taken people from their own land and stuff just to better themselves. White people have done this. Not all white people, but there are white people in the past. Even America, you came over here and you took this land from somebody through violence. Those that didn't comply were killed. And I know this because my family on my dad's side, we have a very strong Native American in us, because it's basically, my great grandparents. You can just look at them and tell. Some of them were part of those tribes that were forced to, like the Cherokee, that were forced to go on the Trail of Tears, that were forced to move out, or that were, massively wiped out just because they wanted their land. So don't, I mean, yeah, it's alternatives to this. But when you look at it, white people have is for years and years and years they have gone and taken things from people, just to get what they wanted. And I'm not saying that justifies anything, but you have to look at that, and that's something they won't tell you. That yeah, you have gone around, you have taken stuff from people, you have done this in order to get what you want. And you have gone and initiated the attack. It's not like it's not like it's retaliation. You've initiated the attack. And do I think that do I think that this will bring about change one way or another? I feel like it will, because sometimes in order for things to change, people just have to see that no, we're not about to take this. And so I'm gonna just leave you guys with this, with this thought. What would you do if the person, if your race was being targeted and oppressed by a system, or it was made much harder for you to achieve what you want in life, and your parents had to struggle 10 times harder than another family did just because of your guys' skin color? What would you do if you turn on the TV and see people of your own race being killed and not paying a punishment for it? Because that's what it is. They're getting off on it. What would you do? So let me know in the comments below what you guys think. And as I stated before, any hate comments, any racist comments, I'm urging you not to put those down there. If you do, I will have to make an example and show that I'm not playing, because I am serious when it comes to this stuff, because it's gotten to the point where once again we have to stand up for what we believe in. So I'll leave you guys with that thought, and I'll check you guys out in the next video where I'll be talking about LGBT equality, because I feel like this is just an equality day. So yeah, I'll catch you guys later, and try to stay safe.